This is a desktop fan project for our Living with the Lab curriculum. We're going to cut the acrylic parts for the desktop fan support. We use a laser cutter for that. There's many options, but this seems to simplify the process. The laser cutter comes with software that allows us basically to print a two-dimensional drawing. We won't go into the setup for that, but this shows the outcome of the process. The laser cutter basically scribes the outline of the part and any other features such as holes. So the finished part is done rather quickly and can be immediately handled. This shows the cutting of the base, which has a rectangular hole for the servo motor and two smaller holes on either side, one on either side, to provide support for that. The outline here is rather large. It shows the material that will be bent to form the legs that support this motor. Here's the acrylic bender. It's just a heater strip. Before we bend, we make some measurements and mark. We use an ordinary ballpoint pen here because like a Sharpie will leave a permanent mark. So we just need a reference line. It's a rather inexact fabrication, but care is taken. A good result can be obtained relatively easily. So the heater has a strip, electric resistance strip, and you orient the part so that the bend line is parallel to the heater. Flipping it over heats the part more evenly. This is a 1/8 inch thick acrylic. Here you can see that the part has softened quite a bit, but it's not quite ready. After more heating, we simply use the edge of the table to provide a reference for a 90-degree bend. Repeating the heating allows us to bend the other side of the support stand. Additional measurements are taken then to prepare for the final set of bends. Mike is doing a great job of being very careful here, keeping the parts square. And it turns out that the thickness of the table is exactly the dimension for the bend that we want to make. We heat up the part and bend it. As you can see, the more complicated the parts become, the more bends are involved, the harder it is to keep the part on the surface of the heater. So here's the picture of the final base unit. This will hold the servo motor. Now we're bending the support for the fan motor, the DC fan motor, and here's the final assembly, or at least the final parts, and here it is assembled. This is an early prototype. You can see that the base didn't have the horizontal tabs on it, and it was attached to the table with tape. But the fan works, and the acrylic parts provide the necessary support.